fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. And now, let us begin. Whenever we last left off, we had Izuku Midoriya. Midoriya, he was able to pass one of Vados' tests. Surprisingly, she did not anticipate him to actually pass. So now she actually does have to dial up a bit more of Midoriya's training. Now, while she is off making a list of every place Midoriya can stop at and basically train a little bit, she is also currently unaware of a situation happening on the planet Earth. Now, along with that, Midoriya, Hisashi, and Inko, they are also unaware of what is currently transpiring on their home planet. Now, it has been roughly a full year, and Midoriya, he is actually outside and training with his parents. Midoriya has weights strapped to his arms, and his legs, his torso, and his back. And Midoriya, he is actually just moving around. Now, he's dodging Ki Blast, while both of his parents, they are both coming at him. These two are maintaining a low-level power. Where their power level was between 20 to 25,000, they've now at least were able to get up to 30 to 35,000. The training on Kinkai's planet did not really benefit them as much as it should have, but it still did give them some form of growth. Since they've basically been doing a little less of what they've been doing every single day. The gravity does make the difference, yes, but Vados, she is merciless when it comes to training. Now, Midoriya, however, did greatly benefit from this. His power level going from 3,000 to at least jumping up to, let's say, at least 5 times. Him resting up at, let's see, I want to say 18 to 22,000. Now, along with that, he has actually learned different things. How to properly form a blast and fire it. How much power to put into it. Along with 2 techniques. The Spirit Bomb and the Kaioken. Now, the Kaioken isn't really something Midoriya has mastered, but he was at least able to try and use it once or twice. Maintaining level 1, or just a standardized Kaioken, while his parents, they're able to take it up to levels 2 and 3. Meaning that they would settle around breaking over the 100,000 scale. However, they are aware of the immense drawbacks that this power does have on them. And Kinkai has informed them they have not yet perfected level 3. So they must be aware of their own power. If they believe they should go to level 3, then make sure not to use it for an extended period of time. Not only will it eat away your stamina, but it will also begin to tear apart your body physically. And under no circumstances should they go above Kaioken times 4. The human body, he does not believe, is going to be physically capable of withstanding the amount of punishment that would give them. Now, with that being said, this is what they are told. And after this year of training, they are ready to head back to King, or not King, back to the planet of the gods. Now, with that being said, Inko, she is a bit curious as how things have been on Earth. Ever since they left 3 years ago to 4 years ago, life's been a bit strange and upside down. And then there's the fact of how strong they are right now. The fact that they've been able to maintain this amount of strength, it's crazy. Never in their wildest dreams could they imagine they'd be this powerful. Now, King Kai, he is waiting. After talking with Vados, she is already on her way. And she does arrive. Now, whenever they do begin to start talking and try and learn what Vados has currently planned for them, she's informing them they are going to be resting for about 2 to 3 days. Afterwards, they can resume training with her. And she would actually like to see the results after they are finished with their rest. Now, with that, they do leave. Now, let us cut over to planet Earth. Yes, this is Mobile Unit 5278. To all remaining survivors, be aware. We are currently broadcasting because Unit Alpha could not maintain their frequency. We believe that they may be MIA, or possibly KIA. Now, the unknown threat. The unstoppable man. We are unaware as to exactly why he is doing what he is. But all units be advised. We are trying to work on the situation. Every single major tech company, they've released statements trying to reach everybody. Now, if any of you would like to receive or understand these frequencies, they are being broadcasted on long-range transmitters. Switch over to him saying out a list of numbers. Basically, radio frequencies. As we do have the Giant Saiyan, or the Saiyan, who is currently still at least just blowing apart and trying to destroy the worlds. Many different places have fallen and been left in ruins. However, the next thing the man does say over the radio is shortly cut out. Before switching over to another broadcasting station or another radio frequency, it is picked up again and looped. Except by a different person. Going on to state that currently major corporations of the world have put everything they have into developing anti-combat tech units, robots and soldiers. Now, one of these, tech squads I should say, are sent out. Now, I looked into trying to get some artwork and basically pictures to show you guys of what these units could look like. But a lot of them I was finding did not have the artist's name or watermarks to them. And I did want to record this so I can actually just take my medicine. Now, with that being said, let's just get back into this before I zone out again. Now, the ginormous units, or the tech units, do head in. Vast planes flying overhead before bombs are dropped. The Saiyan bringing his hand up and letting a blast outwards, immediately cutting through the wing as the plane comes barreling smashing down to the battlefields, before exploding. Different tech units blasting out throughout the flames, and landing. The Saiyan looking at these and somewhat laughing. Is this some pitiful attempt to fight back? You can't be serious. Your species is weak. Those who could try and fight me weren't even strong enough. And you think your metal toys can help you? Ah, it's hilarious. Him then trying to blast away at these things, before a field does pop up. The blast ricocheting off of it, before the robots do actually begin to rush forwards. Now, the robots that have been deployed, or the combat units, they do try and fight the Saiyan. The Saiyan, he looks like he's taking a beating. And many people who are watching the live broadcast from one of these robots, they feel at least somewhat happy with their progress. Until the Saiyan reveals that he's just playing along. As soon as he's able to get close enough to one of the robots, before it can try and throw up that strange shield again, he's able to immediately grab into it and crush something important, ripping out the power source as the mech goes flying backwards, and haywire out of control. As it's flying backwards, it eventually explodes. Now, he then begins to rip and tear apart quite a lot of these mechanized suits. And none of them get away. Before he does actually find out that one of these had an actual pilot inside. Whenever the pilot ejects and gets sent flying out of the, well, piloting bay, you could say, they were able to deploy their chute, watching as the mech explodes. As soon as they turn their head back to the battlefield, they watch as this giant man disappears, reappearing directly in front of them before grabbing them by their throat and basically ripping their parachute. Well, that was quite funny, was it not, human? Who the hell are you? Well, that is not important. You are not going to last very long for me to even need to explain that. Him looking curiously, hearing radio chatter, and something strange on the man's helmet. Coming to the conclusion that that must be some sort of camera, and that is what is currently picking up their audio. Being able to grab the man's helmet and rip it off of his head. Before, as he does turn it and bring it outwards to show him holding the man by his throat. The man struggling as he does grab his firearm, trying to unload rounds into the Saiyan's head while he's not looking. The Saiyan, you just watch as the rounds bounce off of his skin, before, with a swift twist of his thumb, he snaps the man's neck and drops him to the ground. My, humans, this is quite entertaining. But you bore me. The reason why I have not eliminated you all is because you've been trying to provide me such entertainment. Along with that, I'm just trying to hide out here. They do not know that I am here, I do not think. However, with current flight records, I might have to leave your planet. So, let's just see. If I get reports of inbound, things from space, your planet will be free to go, and I will leave. All the damage I have caused, you can just forget about it. Or you can put my name in your history books. A Saiyan, an alien as you would call me, destroyed most of your planets. Quite funny. You were all weak, however. The challenges you could pose to me couldn't even prove that. Now, the man crushing the camera, and going back to sitting down where he was. The man just thinking for 1 second. He's very hungry. All that destruction. All chaos. He really needs something to eat. Before he goes off to find his next meal. Now, King Kai, he was observing the situation. But before he can report it over to Vados, let us cut to somebody high within the world government who was watching the current broadcast. They were hesitant to send out those droids, those units, and that pilot. Another failure. Sir, that was only attempt number 5. Ha. Yes, attempt number 5 of the battle droids. We've had other droids deployed. Even the mechanical suits, or whatever the term we use for them is. Those who have been deployed have already been killed by that man. And those we have not been deployed, they have no room for upgrades. In fact, the man looking down at his table and reading the paper, subject to augmentations. The idea that augmenting a person and sending them out there can be of any sort of use to them. But hearing that this is an alien and there might be more of them out there like this man, that is a grave threat. Because an entire planet of people united could not defeat one of them. And the idea that there's more like him, it could be bad. However, there's also that other idea. He says that he's going to leave the planet if they come after him. Who is they? More of them? Is he a criminal? He's obviously a monster. Now, the man reluctantly signs off on this. On the Cyborg Enhancement Program, where candidates all over the world have volunteered, and are now going to be augmented to fight off against this Saiyan. Now then, with that being said, Vados, whenever she does arrive back on the planet, 2 weeks later was whenever she was informed about King Kai's discovery. King Kai discovering it within this 2-week period. Now, Vados does actually bring up what is currently happening on their home planets. And you can tell that Hisashi and Inko are both enraged, and thoroughly pissed off by this. And Izuku, he just looks stunned. And he can't even really come to words that would give this any justice. Now, with that, Midoriya, he hears about Vados' proposal. A Saiyan, a very strong and dangerous enemy. They are to take him down. Once that has happened, they will be able to save their home planets. Now, she does inform young Izuku that this could possibly be a very good challenge for the boy. Within the idea of him using the Kaioken, their power levels would be very close within, well, together. Now, Hisashi is basically informing Vados that she cannot just tell him that his home planet being in basically almost ruins is the perfect opportunity for his son to train. Her simply just going on to state that this is actually not what she has in mind, before pointing out at Midoriya. Hisashi looking at Midoriya, who is mumbling to himself. That's new? Yes, actually. Now, your son, Hisashi, he cannot keep his mind clear. Do you understand what I am now saying? Hisashi, understanding what she's getting at. Midoriya is not able to empty his mind. What does that have to do with anything? Well, rare opportunities like this don't come very often. Either way, if the boy does decide to go up to Kaioken times 2, even though his error, or the margin of error, does rise, he then outranks the man in power. Plus, then there is you. Your power level is almost, already, close to this man's. With a simple use of Kaioken times 2, holding up 2 fingers, saying that he would outnumber the man. Then, if he were to go 2 times 3, that might be very tough for him, but there's the fact that he would still outnumber the man and be over double the man's power level. Over double. Yes, are you forgetting that you also do have your wife, Hasashi? Him looking behind him and seeing Enko. Her expression does show a whole lot of concern. I can't believe I'm about to agree to this. Enko, what do you think? Enko just looking at Midoriya, before asking him if he would like to try and take down that man. Hmm? Uh, um, sure. I can give it a shot. But him looking at Miss Vados, asking her if she thinks that he is ready. Yes. However, I do believe that there is going to be another problem. If you were to fall into Ultra Instinct with finding the man, well, please be aware. You could most likely kill him. Midoriya, being shocked. He might kill somebody? His mind being filled with more thoughts. How is he going to be a pro hero if he kills somebody? How is he going to save the universe? Now, Inko does give Vados a piece of her mind for saying that to her son, as they all do blast off and head for Earth. Now then, with that being said, I do believe that that is a good point to leave this off of, and I do hope you guys enjoyed. Now I have to go take my medication.